John Howard, a life of hard work, leadership, and dedication. Welcome to English Audio Cafe. Today, we bring you the inspiring story of John Howard, the 25th Prime Minister of Australia. His journey was not easy. He faced challenges, failures, and setbacks, but through hard work, resilience, and determination, he rose to the highest office in Australia. His story is one of persistence, passion, and dedication. Stay with us until the end, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more English listening lessons. John Winston Howard was born on July 26, 1939, in Sydney, Australia. He grew up in Earlwood, a working-class suburb. His father, Lyle Howard, owned a small petrol station, and his mother, Mona Howard, took care of the family. Unlike wealthy politicians, John did not come from a rich or powerful background. As a child, he helped his father at the petrol station, learning the value of hard work. His family was not poor, but life was not easy. They worked long hours to make a living, and young John saw firsthand how difficult it was to run a small business. From a young age, John was fascinated by politics. While other children played games, he listened to political speeches on the radio. He admired Sir Robert Menzies, Australia's longest-serving Prime Minister, and dreamed of becoming a leader himself. At Canterbury Boys High School, he was not the most popular or athletic student, but he was determined, hardworking, and interested in debate. He read newspapers daily and followed political events closely. John Howard wanted to study law, but getting into university was not easy. He worked hard, passed his exams, and earned a place at the University of Sydney, where he studied law. Unlike many of his classmates, he was not naturally gifted in academics, but he never gave up. He spent long nights studying and improving his skills. After graduating in 1961, he became a lawyer. He was not the most charismatic speaker, and he faced many challenges in his early legal career. However, he was persistent, patient, and determined to succeed. John Howard's real passion was politics. In 1974, at the age of 34, he was elected as a Member of Parliament MP for the Liberal Party. However, his political journey was not smooth. He was young, inexperienced, and often underestimated by his colleagues. Many people doubted his abilities. He was not a natural public speaker, and he was not as charismatic as other politicians. However, he compensated for this with hard work and deep knowledge of economic policies. In 1977, Howard was appointed Treasurer of Australia, one of the most challenging jobs in government. He had to make tough decisions to manage the country's economy. People criticized him for his strict policies, but he never backed down. During this time, he faced many obstacles, including economic downturns and public protests. However, he remained focused on long-term goals rather than short-term popularity. His dedication to economic reforms would later shape Australia's financial stability. John Howard wanted to become Prime Minister, but his path was full of obstacles. In 1989, he became the leader of the Liberal Party, but he was unpopular with many party members. He lost the leadership position in 1990 and was forced to step back. Many believed his political career was over. He was humiliated, rejected, and considered too old for leadership. However, Howard refused to quit. Instead of complaining, he spent the next few years learning from his mistakes, improving his public image, and working harder than ever. In 1995, John Howard made a political comeback. He became the leader of the Liberal Party once again, and in 1996, he won the national election, becoming the 25th Prime Minister of Australia. It was an incredible moment. A man who had once been dismissed as a failure had now reached the highest office in the country. His success was not due to luck, but to years of perseverance, discipline, and patience. As Prime Minister, Howard faced many difficult challenges. He introduced economic reforms, reduced government debt, and strengthened Australia's trade relationships. However, his policies were not always popular. One of his toughest moments came after the Port Arthur massacre in 1996. a tragic mass shooting in Tasmania. Instead of ignoring the problem, Howard took action. He introduced strict gun control laws, which helped reduce gun violence in Australia. His decision was controversial, but courageous. After the September 11, 2001 attacks, Howard became one of the closest allies of the United States. He sent Australian troops to Afghanistan and Iraq, a decision that received both praise and criticism. Many Australians protested against his support for the war, but Howard stood by his decision. He believed in strong leadership, loyalty to allies, and global security. Despite his busy political career, John Howard always valued his family and personal interests. He married Jeanette Howard in 1971, and they had 3 children. One of his greatest passions was cricket. He was a lifelong fan of the sport and often attended cricket matches. He believed that cricket taught important lessons about teamwork, strategy, and perseverance. After 11 years as Prime Minister, Howard lost the 2007 election. It was a painful defeat, but he accepted it with dignity and respect. He did not blame others or complain. Instead, he gracefully stepped down and encouraged younger leaders to continue his work. His leadership left a lasting impact on Australia's economy, gun laws, and international relations. Even his critics admitted that he was one of the most influential prime ministers in Australian history. After retiring from politics, Howard continued to stay active. He wrote books, gave speeches, and shared his experiences with young leaders. His life story became an example of resilience, dedication, and perseverance. His journey teaches us an important lesson. Success does not come easily. It requires hard work, patience, and determination. John Howard faced many challenges in his life, but he never gave up. That's the end of today's inspiring lesson on John Howard. His story shows us that hard work, sacrifice, and belief can turn dreams into reality. If you feel like giving up, remember Howard's journey. Keep practicing your English by listening again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to English Audio Cafe for more motivational lessons. See you next time.